there's a way to be an ally in that experience that you just described and not center yourself and make it about your own feelings. You can simply acknowledge and say, well, it sounds like, in a general way, it sounds like that this room is having a difficulty accepting what the presenter is saying. I wonder if, and then kind of bring it back in a way that is focused on the topic, right? Like bring it back.
That's a little tidbit takeaway for our listeners right there.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You can always enter the conversation with, I wonder if it seems like, I would love to hear our collective thoughts about the tension that's happening in the room right now. What do we think is coming up for us? You can even like just interject in that moment and ask another question. You don't even have to make a statement, but just acknowledging is such a gift in and of itself.
It is so, and that is so, like, it really helps provide the balance. Because again, being an ally doesn't mean I need you to step up and fight for me. Being an ally simply means I need you to balance the situation out. And just by asking another question, you've helped me as the presenter balance the room out, right? Because even if it's just a distraction, if I'm a decent facilitator, which most of us are, I mean, because we've had enough training to at least have enough experiences about how to work around when somebody's overtly being racist against us in a setting, right? We know how to navigate this. So that means that the presenter is likely not going to get angry, you know, and if they, so that allows you then to come in and say, well, I wonder if I have a different question. And that shifts and it gives the presenter a way to just kind of regroup and pull everybody in and even highlight the next point. So sometimes it's not centering yourself in the way where you take it on for yourself, because we don't want any sacrifice, right? That's not being an ally. An ally is not sacrificing and you taking an arrow. And I'm saying this intentionally so that our listeners can understand. And if you are having these experiences, reflect on what the motivations for these things are. But it doesn't require you to throw yourself on the blade.
Right.
Sometimes
I think it may feel like that though.
Yes. Great acknowledgement. Good acknowledgement.
But it's not like that, because if you only knew how deep and how like the breadth of, you know, the real arrows that we are taking, you would realize like, man, stepping up and with that question in that moment or whatever is, you know, it goes a long way. And it goes a long way without necessarily costing you anything but discomfort. And it goes a long way for your peers that might be in the room. So it's not just doing it because for the facilitator, but there are peers in the room that may identify with the facilitator or what the facilitator is saying. They may not even be the same race, gender, ethnicity, you know, or sexual orientation, nothing. But you don't know everybody's life story and who's in the room with you. And as we get more and more multicultural, especially here in the United States, you could be looking at somebody that looks straight white and you don't know that they're actually not. So, you know, we've expected and learned in this country to assimilate, right? People to assimilate, and many people have learned how to do that so well that you don't even know that you're in mixed company sometimes. But I digress. What I was really saying is that acknowledgement and that question in that moment is also a gift to your peers that may be having a hard time. And you may be modeling for other people in the room, like, this is how you do it. And this is, you know, that's why you need to do it, to really be a true accomplice. A true comrade.